Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Pixar's Soul, one of the most thought-provoking animated films ever made. It's not just a movie about music or the afterlife. It's a story about discovering what truly makes life meaningful. Let's walk through the entire plot of Soul and break down what it all really means. Meet Joe Gardner. He's a middle school music teacher in New York City. Joe's got a deep love for jazz. It's in his soul. But his real dream? To play professionally, to make it big as a jazz musician. Unfortunately, Joe's life hasn't gone as planned. He's stuck in a job he doesn't love, teaching kids who barely pay attention. His mom wants him to take a full-time teaching position, something stable, but Joe can't let go of his dream. Then one day, everything changes. An old student calls him with incredible news. Dorothea Williams, a jazz legend, needs a pianist for tonight's show. Joe auditions and absolutely nails it. Dorothea tells him, "You're in." Joe leaves, thrilled. This is his moment, his big break. But then, he falls into an open manhole. Everything goes dark. OE wakes up, but not in a hospital. Instead, he finds himself as a blue, glowing soul floating on a conveyor belt headed toward a bright light, the great beyond. Panicking, Joe runs the other way and ends up in a place called the Great Before. This is where new souls are created. They develop personalities, quirks, and eventually earn a badge called the Earth Pass, the last thing they need to be born. Joe's mistaken for a mentor, someone who helps souls find their spark. He's paired with soul number 22, a rebellious and sarcastic soul who has no interest in living on Earth. She's been avoiding Earth for centuries. Joe sees an opportunity. If he can help 22 find her spark, maybe he can take her Earth Pass and return to his body. 22 agrees to let him try, mostly because she thinks she'll never find her spark anyway. 22 shows Joe around the Great Before. They visit the Hall of You, where 22 shows off memories from other mentors like Gandhi and Mother Teresa. Still, none of them could help her find a reason to live. Joe tries different things. Maybe music is her spark? Or teaching? Or excitement? Nothing clicks. But something strange happens. As 22 interacts with Joe and hears him talk about life, she starts becoming curious. Not about purpose, but about the little things. Pizza, wind, trees, laughing. Things Joe always overlooked. She sees beauty in them. This makes her wonder, could life actually be worth it? OE and 22 meet a soul named Moonwind, a hippie who helps souls travel between worlds using meditation and sign spinning. With his help, they find Joe's body in a hospital bed on Earth and jump in. But something goes wrong. 22 ends up in Joe's body, and Joe's soul gets stuck in a therapy cat. Now Joe, in cat form, has to coach 22, now in his body, through real life. At first, 22 is overwhelmed. Everything is loud, fast, and confusing. But slowly, she starts to fall in love with living. She tastes pizza, rides the subway, talks to Joe's barber, hears street musicians. All these experiences, so small yet so full, awaken something in her. Meanwhile, Joe, in the cat, watches her live his life with more appreciation than he ever did. Eventually, Joe gets his body back. He rushes to Dorothea's show and performs beautifully. It's the night he always dreamed of. But afterward, he feels nothing. He tells Dorothea how he thought it would feel different, more meaningful. She replies with a parable. A young fish says, "I want to find the ocean." The older fish says, "You're in it." The young fish says, This is just water." Joe finally understands. He's been chasing a purpose so hard, he missed the beauty of living. He remembers how 22 marveled at pizza, leaves, and sunlight, the simple things that make life beautiful. He realizes that a spark isn't a job or a mission. It's the will to live, the joy of existence itself. Back in the soul world, 22 has fallen into the lost soul zone, a dark, stormy place filled with voices of doubt and fear. She believes she's not good enough for Earth. Joe dives in after her. He shows her the little treasures she collected on Earth, a leaf, a spool of thread, a crust of pizza. He reminds her, these aren't just random objects. Their memories, her memories, moments that made her feel alive. 22 finds her spark. She's finally ready to live. Joe gives her the Earth Pass, even though it means he may never go back. Joe prepares to move on, toward the great beyond. But then, the Jerrys stop him. They say he's done something special. He helped a lost soul find herself. As a reward, they offer Joe a second chance at life. Back on Earth, Joe wakes up, truly alive this time. He steps outside, takes a deep breath. The world hasn't changed, but he has. Someone asks him, "What are you going to do with your life now?" Joe simply smiles and says, "I'm not sure, but I'm going to live every minute of it." Soul teaches us that purpose isn't something we have to find. Sometimes, it's just about being present. It reminds us that the small things, a good conversation, a slice of pizza, a gust of wind, are the very essence of being alive. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's one small thing you're grateful for today? Have a great day.